Hare Krishna, welcome all of you. So today we'll be discussing and diving into the mystery of appearance of Lord Jagannath. So I know the whole India has been reverberating with the idea of Jagannath Rath Yatra, the festivities of Jagannath Rath Yatra. It is one of the biggest festival in the whole world, wherein lakhs and lakhs of people assembles every day. Many of you wanted to be there in Jagannath, wanted to pull chariot and wanted to see Jagannath deities on the chariot. It is said that anybody who is able to see Jagannath sitting on the chariot, he will not take his birth again in this material world. He'll get liberated. So that's a greatness, that's a mercy of Jagannath that he displays to all of his devotees. Today we'll try to understand how Jagannath appeared and what is the significance of deities Jagannath in our personal day-to-day life and how we can relate to him. Sometimes the deities look very amusing to the first time anybody is seeing, and sometimes they are not able to relate what really these deities means and how they can connect to those deities, how they can pray to those deities. We'll try to see how we can get a glimpse in the mystical spiritual world of Lord Jagannath. So there was a king known as King Indradyumna, and he was one of the Raja Rishis. Raja Rishi means they always maintain saintly qualities being a king also, not like today's king, today's presidents and prime ministers, wherein they are far, far away from any type of saintly qualities. In the previous times, they used to be Raja Rishis. They have all the saintly qualities, is still performing the function of being a king. This King Indradyumna, being a Raja Rishi, being a great devotee of Lord Shri Krishna, he always has a great desire that he wanted to see, have darshan of Krishna in his manifested form. So once he came to know that Krishna has appeared on this planet Earth in the form known as Nilamadhav, and he became very excited, very jubilant that my Lord has appeared on this planet Earth. But he did not know where did Lord appeared. It was kept he was kept in darkness about whereabout of these deities, Nilamadhava. So, but that he had that longing, that long cherished desire that he wanted to have darshan of Nilamadhava. So, what he did is he sent many of his soldiers, ministers, priests in different directions all across India to find out where are these deities, Nilamadhava. And one among them was Vidhyapati. So, Vidhyapati was sent to present day Odisha area. So, he had gone there, he was trying to search for Nilamadhava, but he for many many months he was not able to understand where exactly Nilamadhava is. So all the ministers, all the soldiers came back to King Indradyumna stating that they couldn't find Nilamadhava. But this one particular priest known as Vidhyapati was very inspired, was very encouraged, was very determined to find out where is Nilamadhava. So one day searching for, and he start actually living in that city, in that area. He became one of the resident of the area in Odisha, current day Odisha area. Then he came across with one tribe known as Sabara tribe. This Sabara tribe was very kind of, and the king of Sabara tribe was Vishvavasu. He had heard a lot about the great devotion of this king Vishvavasu, Sabara king Vishvavasu, and so he once happened to visit his house. So when he visited his house, that time he was not present. His daughter was present, known as Lalita. And now this Brahmana has come, and this Lalita is alone at her house, and she don't know whether she should welcome, what she should do. Then after some time, Vishwavasu came, and he said that let us call this Brahmana inside, let us feed him. Then then this Vidyapati came, and Lalita start serving this Vidyapati. After some time, as they start relating with each other, they got attracted toward each other. They fell in love with each other, Lalita and Vidyapati. And they both decided, with the permission of Vishwasu, that they can get married. So they both got married. Now here is he. He came to search for Nilamadhava, and he got married here, and he started living with them because he didn't have any of his own place. So while living at Lalita's and his Vishvavasu's house, every day he used to see that this person, Vishvavasu, goes every night somewhere. Around midnight he would go, and he would come back early morning. And when he comes back, his whole body is smeared with fragrance and with like kind of a chandan and with all this kind of a flowery fragrance coming from his body. He started becoming very attractive because then he said that, where does your father goes? He asked Lalita. Lalita says, I don't know where does he go, but he goes every night around 12 o'clock, comes back, and when he comes back, it looks like he came from heaven because he gets so much of energetically, so much of spiritually uplifted. Anybody who comes in touch with that Vishwasu during that time, they feel something special about Vishwasu during those times. Not during the day, but only during that time. So it is said that any place we associate with, we start carrying that kind of energy. Any person we meet with, any place we go, any what kind of food we eat, we start getting impacted by that kind of an energy. So what happened? This Vishwavasu used to get a lot of fragrance around his body whenever he used to come back. So they start asking, what is going on? So then this Vidhyapati asked, he was very curious, asked from his wife, where does your father goes? And then the Lalita asked from Vishwasu, where do you go, my dear father? Every night you go, I see him, but I never asked you. But now my husband wants to know. And one of the duty of a wife is to keep husband satisfied and to kind of serve husband. So in that same spirit, Lalita wanted to serve Vidhyapati, and he kept on going to Vishwas. Please tell me, where do you go, my dear father? Then one day he said, okay, I go to a deity known as Nilamadhava, and it is very secret place I go to, and I do not want anybody to know this, because if anybody know about this, then I am afraid that I may lose my service. Everybody would come to know about Nilamadhava. They also would not want to go to that place. And if they want to go to that place, they also would want to serve the deities, and my service will get impacted. So, thinking like this, he felt that I should not reveal this to anybody. I should keep it confidential. So, this is a very important principle here. Anything which is very dear to you and you want it to be secured and always existing, secrecy is very important in that sense. You should keep it secret, something which is very important and dear to your heart. So now, but finally he revealed that secret, and then now Vidhyapati came to know about this. Oh, Nilamadhava, it is same Nilamadhava I came for searching. Now I found this Nilamadhava, and after knowing that Vishwas is going to meet Nilamadhava, then he said, I also want to go and visit Nilamadhava. He became excited, but the Vishwasu said, no, I cannot take you there. But he kept on pestering, he kept on pushing, he kept on saying, no, I want to go, I want to go. After some time, this King Vishwasu had to comply and has to agree that yes, I will take you, but only on one condition. I will take you. I will take you on a condition that you will be blindfolded. I will cover your eyes so that you don't know path. Now, the main purpose of Vidhyapati was not to just simply have darshan of Nilamadhava, is also to know the path, also to know the sport, so that later on he can go and tell King Indradyumna, because he was on a purpose. He was on a purpose to go and find Nilamadhava so that King Indradyumna can come and have darshan of Nilamadhava. So, but now he discussed with his wife. The wife suggested, and always the wife sometimes become more smarter than the husband. The wife suggested, why don't you do one thing? You just carry some mustard seeds in some packet and keep dropping some mustard seeds on the way, like a small hole. And on that path, whatever you traverse, there will be mustard seeds. After some time, that mustard flowers will grow up, and then you would know that the path to come to Nilmadhava. Then he became, yes, that's the right way. Then he was blindfolded one particular night, and he was being taken to the deities Nilamadhava, and it was like very bumpy in a very mountainous region, and he comes, goes. So he was not really able to understand where exactly he's going. So when they reach the spot, then the Nil he was unfolded. He was able to see, have darshan of Nilamadhava. And as soon as he had darshan of Nilamadhava, he became so ecstatic, so happy, so fulfilled, and so full of love that he was about to just faint. It is said that sometime we get electric shock, right? Sometime we touch a wire, we get electric shock. So just by having small electric shock, we become little stunned sometime. We become shocked. So if we were to merge our body and go and hit the transformer, the source of all the electricity, what would happen? You will get freezed, you'll get stunned, you'll get completely mesmerized. That's the power of touching transformer. Similarly, Krishna's form is said to be the powerhouse of pleasure, powerhouse of spirituality, powerhouse of love, powerhouse of all the divine quality we want to experience in our life. Sometime, whenever we touch somebody who has those divinely qualities manifested in them, we become so shocked. How can this person manifest these wonderful qualities in them? Like Srila Prabhupada. Anybody who came in touch with Srila Prabhupada, they got just captured by his love, by his presence, by his gravity, by his devotion to our Lord Sri Krishna. So, what would happen if we were to meet Lord Sri Krishna? Is like a person is getting merged, getting touched, the whole in each and every cell is getting infused by the powerhouse of electricity. Same experience Vidhyapati also had. And now he felt that his life is complete. He do not want anything. He completely forgot his purpose. If his purpose was to go and inform King Indradyumna. And he saw one more interesting thing there. There was a lake, and he saw on top of that lake one crow was sitting. And suddenly this crow fell down to this lake. And as soon as this crow fell down to the lake, at that very moment, from that crow's body, a four-handed Vaikuntha-Vasi's form came out. Vishnuduta form came out. He got liberated and he went back to Vaikuntha. Very special lake it was. So now he also wanted to just go back to Krishna and always have darshan of Krishna. He said, let me also die, let me also kill. Then as soon as he was about to jump in that lake, forgetting his purpose, then suddenly there was a voice came from the sky. The voice said, see, that is not your purpose right now. Beyond purpose, beyond service. And your service is to go and to inform King Indradyumna that here are the deities. And he could come and have darshan. So, and even with that Vishvavasu told him, see, you had come on a purpose, you should not forget your purpose. So, at that point of time, he was on a pleasurable trip. Oh, it was so pleasurable to have darshan of Krishna. But he forgot his purpose. Similarly, in our life also, whenever that was a spiritual pleasure for sure, sometimes even on the material pleasure can dissuade us from our purpose. And it is also other way around. By having lack of purpose, we may get dissuaded by the pleasurable experience. We may want to just experience immediate pleasure, not fulfilling our true purpose of life. So there is always a fight is happening between pleasure and purpose. So if purpose is not strong, pleasure will dissuade us, pleasure will distract us. So always keep your purpose, higher purpose, to have Krishna consciousness in our life, always higher than your immediate pleasurable things. So he came to his senses, and then Nilamadhav also spoke. See, till now I have been just receiving your small worship, that was for some time you would come in the morning, but now I have a mood of being serving as a grand king. I want to be served by hundreds and thousands of devotees. Not only one meal, but hundreds and hundreds of meals every day. And you cannot really provide that to me. So now I want to be worshipped like King in Dwarka. That was a signal of Nilamadhava to both of them. So now Vidhyapati goes back and Indradyumna hears about it. Yes, now we found the spot where Nilamadhav is sitting. So now if king goes, he goes with his army, he goes with his entourage. So he came with his entourage and he came to this point, this spot of Nilamadhava, where Nilamadhava is. Now suddenly when he come to this spot, now Nilamadhava is no more here. Nilamadhava disappeared. You see, first he was longing to have darshan of Nilamadhava, King Indradyumna, and now this Nilamadhava has disappeared from the from the eyes of from the eyes of Indradyumna. He became very disappointed again. When he became disappointed, then he said, there is no purpose of living. Now let me jump into the same lake where Vidyapati wanted to die. Let me just go to Vaikuntha. I don't want to live because this life is no worth living if I cannot worship Lord Shri Krishna. That is the intensity the devotee used to have in earlier times, that if the purpose of serving Krishna is not getting fulfilled, they would consider their life to be useless. Now it is other way around. We think by serving Krishna, we are wasting our time. By serving Krishna, we are not using our, we are not fulfilling our purpose to gratify our senses more and more. Now we think like this. So, but that time, even the king who had all the great, wonderful things at their disposal, they could enjoy whatever they wanted at whatever degree. They thought their life has no meaning if the purpose of serving Krishna is not fulfilled. Then, when he was about to die, that point of time, there was again a sound came from the sky. This time it was the Lord's voice. The Lord said, see, I want you to continue living and build a very magnanimous temple for me in Nilachala, in the Nil Parvat. So, Nilachala, I want you to build a temple so that hundreds and thousands of devotees could come and they could have my darshan. And for my deities to get manifested, I would manifest in the form of Daru-Brahman. Daru-Brahman means wood. Brahman, the spiritual wood with which you can make my deities. So now he got his life back, because as soon as now he was about to die because he felt lifeless, suddenly he heard the instruction of Krishna. He became again motivated to start working towards the purpose of Krishna. Similar thing happened to Arjuna also. Arjuna was feeling very disappointed in the first chapter. He was weeping, his hands were shivering, he was not able to move. He got, I cannot kill, I cannot do anything. But when he heard from Krishna the Bhagavad Gita, then he says, Nasta moha smriti ladhva tvat prasada maya achyuta. My dear Krishna, now I have regained my memories. Earlier, it was karpane dosho pahato subhava. I was very miserly. I was not able to maintain my composure. But now, after hearing from you, I have regained my composure. Now I am ready to do whatever you say. See, this is the power of hearing. Simply by hearing Krishna's name, simply by hearing Krishna's instruction, simply by hearing about Krishna, our lifeless soul suddenly becomes surcharged by the spiritual life force. So whenever you think you're getting discouraged, you're not able to maintain the same enthusiasm for devotion service, hear Krishna's name, hear about Krishna, hear from Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Like the way Indradyumna got his life back by hearing from Nilamadhava from the sky, similarly, we can also get our life back, spiritual life back, by hearing about Lord Shri Krishna. So now he heard that yes, he got some hope. Now Nilamadhava will come in the form of this Daru-Brahman. But where do we find this Daru-Brahman? And the voice said that you would find me in one particular part of ocean, and you can go and bring that, get the log and start working on the temple. Okay, now start building the temple. At the same time, start waiting for that wood to come, Daru-Brahman to come. Daru basically means wood, and Brahman means spiritual wood. So when he found that wood, he found two big logs of wood, which was not easy to carry. And it was coming toward the beach, and King Indradyumna became very excited. Let us worship King Indradyumna, King Lord now. We got the deities, and deities wood. So now when he was trying, what he did is, they were very big, and they said, okay, let me get some elephants so that they can carry the wood. So he called a couple of elephants. They were trying to drag the wood, Daru-Brahman, but they were not able to move an inch, this Daru-Brahman. So again, he got disappointed. What is this? Now we got this wood, but how do we make the deities? We cannot do anything now. You see, at every step, Indradyumna is encountering problem after problem. Some people think, oh, anyways, it is Krishna's service. Krishna should help us. Why should we be troubled? Why should we put our energy? It should happen like a breeze. But no, here you see King Indradyumna, he couldn't see Krishna, first of all. And then when he found Krishna disappeared, and now this log of wood came, Daru-Brahman came, he is not able to move this Daru-Brahman. And again, the voice came. He said, now you should call the same Sabara king back. Who is Sabara king? Vishvavasu. He should make a chariot for me, and Vidhyapati should also come. Vidhyapati should come, and this king Vishvavasu should come. They should make a chariot, then I will come. So now, this is a very important point here. Why did Krishna wanted these two seemingly insignificant people to come and do something what King Indradyumna was not able to do? It means Krishna always remembers our service. Whatever service King Sabara, King Vishvavasu was serving Nilamadhav, he never forgets that. And whatever service Vidhyapati did, he also did not forget that. He wanted them to bring the Daru-Brahman and start working on the working of deities. It means Krishna never forgets even a drop of service we provide to him. Krishna always remembers every struggle, every pain, every challenges, every difficulties we go through to serve him. We may think, who is seeing me? Nobody's seeing me. I'm struggling to chant one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. How does it matter to Krishna whether I chant or not? I'm all alone in the house. Nobody's watching me. I don't know even Krishna is watching me. How much pain I have to go through, how much struggle I have to go through. Krishna is not watching it. But no, Krishna is observing, watching, appreciating each and every drop of pain you take silently without anybody knowing. Every day, Vishvavasu was going without anybody's knowledge to serve Nilamadhav. But Nilamadhav did not forget him. He said, bring my servant back, then only I will come. In that sense, he became even more greater than the king. Although he performed very simple, silent service. So that is the power of performing simple, silent worship that even Lord Shri Krishna becomes obliged to gift us very, very special things in our life. So now, okay, now the wood has come, Daru-Brahman has come. Now, let us start carving the beautiful deities of Lord Shri Krishna. That's what King Indradyumna thought. He tried bringing different people who could carve deities of Lord Shri Krishna. But as soon as that chisel will hit the Daru-Brahman, that wood will not break, that chisel will break. And multiple times they tried to chiseling, but it all went in vain. And then again, he became disappointed. He couldn't find a proper craftsman who could chisel the deities, who can make the deities. Then he had to call Vishwakarma. Then Vishwakarma is a craftsman, the architect of all the demigods. He came, yes, I will carve the deities, but only on one condition. And what is that condition? The condition would be that I should be leave in a dark room with these wood for 21 days and nobody should disturb me. As soon as somebody disturbs me without my time, without completion of my time for 20 days, I will disappear and I will not complete the deities. King agreed. Okay, fine. Let us go ahead. He gave a kind of a spiritual contract to the king Vishwakarma. So now Vishwakarma started working, and every day some noise was coming of chiseling. Something is happening, some work is going on. So king was satisfied. Yes, something is going on. But now this after 14th days, the sound stopped coming. And again, the king became very disturbed. The sound is not coming. What is happening? No work is going on. He started panicking. He started becoming more anxious. What's going on? He became little frustrated, disappointed, and little anxious, and little panicky, and little not being able to think properly, think clearly. And then his wife told, "See, nothing is going on. Let us see. Where is Vishwakarma? What is he doing?" He said, "No, no, no. This after 21st day only we can open. Otherwise, I am also very anxious, but I don't want to open the gate." But the king's wife pressed, and finally he opens the gate. And when he opened the gate, that very moment, Vishwakarma disappeared. And there he found the deities which were seemingly incomplete. Incomplete deities. The deities
Personally.
did, the deities did not have the hands. The deities did not have the legs. Deities did not have the lower portion. They only above chest portion was there. And the eyes were very big. He got, what kind of form is this? I never saw that kind of a form of Krishna. So what happened? I did a big mistake. I did a blunder. I should be like, I should be punished because Vishwakarma told me that 21st, I should wait for 21 days. Because of my own impatience, I opened the gate and now I have to suffer. And then at that point of time, Lord Krishna again came, his voice came. He said, "No, I wanted to come only in this particular form. I wanted to come only in this particular feature so that all the devotees can worship me only in this form." So then the King Indradyumna got satisfied. He said, "Yes, that is what the Lord wanted, and I will fulfill that." So now, one striking thing, one very visible thing about Lord Jagannath, all of you might have had darshan of Lord Jagannath. What do you think? What's the most striking thing about Lord Jagannath? What triggers you? What excites you? What kind of brings apart in your mind whenever you see Lord Jagannath?
Eyes.
Eyes.
Yeah.
Eyes of Lord Jagannath. So why Krishna had such a big eyes? Because it is said, Tatha Kripa-drishti. Have you heard that there is evil drishti, evil eyes? Sometimes if something we are cooking, something we are doing in our life, and some evil eyes somebody throws, we become, that work doesn't become successful some of the time, right? Why does it happen? If somebody is a non-devotee and somebody throws evil eyes, that work somehow doesn't work out. Because drishti have a power. This is a very, very, very important point. Drishti has a lot of power. It is only by drishti we can do creation. How only by drishti we can do creation? How only by looking at something it is a part of creation process, creative process. The reason is, if whenever the creation happens, it is said that Lord Mahavishnu lies on Karna Jala ocean, and then he has drishti. He glances himself, he glances his vision on the Mahatattva. Mahatattva is 8 elements which is combined together, which become the base ingredient for this universe to come about. So Mahavishnu looks at Mahatattva. At that very moment, the whole creation start happening. So this whole world, the whole universes got created because of drishti, because of vision of Mahavishnu on Mahatattva. That is the power of drishti. And the devotees many of the time praise that was a creative drishti of Mahavishnu. The devotee also prays for the Kripa-drishti of Krishna. Because as soon as Krishna showers his Kripa-drishti on us, our spiritual life start developing. So the reason Jagannath has a very, very big eyes, because he is most merciful. He want to shower his unlimited glances onto unlimited devotees, so that unlimited devotees can enjoy the rasa of being part of Krishna's service. So that's very, very important, that Krishna simply by his glance, It is said, Angani yasya sakalendriya vrittimanti. Simply by his glance, he can eat. Simply by his vision, he can hear. Simply by his vision, he can create anything he wants. So Lord Jagannath is saying, I don't have to be complete me to be able to bless you. My eyes are complete me. My only this part is complete me. So, and also when you see Jagannath eyes, they're so loving, so caring, so affectionate that when Jagannath is in very, very ecstatic mood, when he's on a Ratha, he's in a completely merciful, loving, and very magnanimous mood. Anybody who comes, sometimes we say, oh, I'm not able to see Jagannath. We don't have to worry whether we are able to see Jagannath or not. The important thing is whether Jagannath is looking at us or not. The moment Jagannath looks at us, that very moment, it is much, much more greater
Amazing.
than we looking at Jagannath. So that is a very important thing. And why would he look at us? When he look at us? He would look at us if we have a. So would he look at us if we wear very fancy dresses? Would he look at us when we looks very beautiful externally? Would he look at us when we are able to charm so many people in this world? No, he will not look at you because you are externally beautiful. He will be attracted to look at you the moment you have a beautiful heart. The moment somebody have a beautiful, loving, caring, affectionate, kind heart, clean heart, that very moment Krishna become obliged to look at you. And when Krishna looks at you, the creative process starts. And what is the creative process? Creative process of bhakti. Our bhakti starts, our bhakti flourishes. So that is why Jagannath deities are most merciful. So this also brings to another point, connection point to why Krishna decided to take such a form, especially in Kali Yuga. Why did he choose that? So there is another connecting story to this. Why Krishna decided to choose to have this particular form, and along with Jagannath, we also have Subhadra in the middle, and the Baldev, who's a Subhadra is Yogamaya, and Baldeva is Balaram incarnation. So once what happened, every year on a solar eclipse, the devotees used to assemble at Brahma Sarovar, which is at Kurukshetra. So at a one particular solar eclipse, all the Dwarka Vasis came to this spot in Kurukshetra, and all the Brajavasis came from Vrindavan on this spot in Kurukshetra. So when all the queens of Dwarka met Rohini, because Rohini was a mother of Balram, and she witnessed all Krishna's pastimes. Then this all the queens start talking to Rohini, and she said, "See what happens. Krishna has all the luxury in Dwarka. Krishna has so many servants in Dwarka. Krishna has so many loving wife in Dwarka. Looks like he has something which everybody can never even imagine, that kind of an opulence. He has 16,108 palaces. He has 16,108 wives. He has so many children. He has like whole palace inside the ocean. But still, sometime we see Krishna in his night during sleep is remembering Brajavasis. He's crying sometime. He's thinking, when can I go to Vrindavan? When can I do this pastime? When can I do that pastime? When can I meet all my devotees there? Sometimes he cries. So we are not able to understand why does Krishna cries although he has everything whatever he wants in his service. What was so special about Vrindavan, we want to hear that what does not allow even us to understand what's going on with Krishna. Why does Krishna wants to always go back to Vrindavan? Then Rohini told, yes, I will tell you, but this narration which I'm going to tell you is very, very confidential, very, very special. I do not want anybody to hear about it. And so I want all of you to go in a very closed room so that I can speak about it. Because they're very confidential pastimes of Lord Sri Krishna. And now there is going to be festival of hearing. Sometimes we think festival only means festival of eating delicious food. But the most important thing is festival of hearing. If you are hearing Krishna's name every day, if you are hearing about Krishna every day, if you are hearing about Krishna's pastimes every day, then we are every day enjoying festival of hearing. So now they start organizing this festival of hearing Krishna's pastime of Vrindavan, and they wanted to do in a very secluded place so nobody disturbs them. So then, after said, Subhadra, you should be on the door and you should look that nobody is entering into the place. And then Rohini starts speaking about Krishna's pastime. Oh, Krishna, when Krishna was childhood, he was performing this pastime. He was stealing the butters. He used to go. We used to pray for him. We used to always love him. He was so naughty. He was like doing so much of activity which was very endearing, although very sometimes angry. We used to be at him, and at the same time, we used to be very compassionate and loving toward Krishna. So they start describing Krishna's pastimes. It is said that iti druksalila ananda kunde sagosham nimanjantam akhyapayantam. In Damodarastakam, it is said that simply by hearing, seeing Krishna's pastime, all the devotees of Vrindavan always drowning in the ocean of happiness. Iti druksalila ananda kunde. And that very moment, when the queens of Dwarka were hearing all these pastimes of Krishna, they also were literally drowning in the ocean of happiness. Even Subhadra was drowning in the ocean of happiness. Instead of looking if somebody is entering or not, Subhadra herself got stunned. Oh, we are hearing my own pastimes. And then, meanwhile, Krishna Balam also came. He thinks, what are they doing? What is this closed? And what is Subhadra doing here? So Krishna and Balam also goes there. He start hearing what's going on. So when they were hearing their own pastimes, they themselves become so stunned, so exuberant, and so kind of freezed that their hands went inside their body, contracted. Like there are different types of transformation a person goes through. Even a pure devotee goes through 8 type of transformation. Whenever we hear about Krishna, we start crying like torrential of rains. Our body starts shivering. We get freeze. We get stunned. Our body goes inside like again electric shock. You get electric shock and your body kind of deformed. Here it is transformed. So now when Krishna was hearing his own pastimes, his body transformed, and his body transformed in a way wherein his hand went inside, his leg went inside, and his eyes became big. When his eyes became big, at that point of time, a Narad Muni appears there. And Narad Muni says, my dear Lord, it is such a pleasure to have your darshan in this particular form, wherein you are enjoying your own pastimes. What was Krishna doing? Krishna was enjoying his own pastimes. So, how much potential is there for us to enjoy by hearing Krishna's pastimes? There's a power of hearing Krishna's pastime that simply by hearing his own pastime, he got so immersed in that world of Vrindavan that he kind of took that form. And then Narad Muni thought that this is a most merciful, most loving, most magnanimous, most kind, and most loving form I've seen. I simply does not want to limit the benefit of having this darshan only to me. See, that is a mode of a pure devotee. Narad Muni, being a pure devotee, wanted this benefit to go to each and every person in the future. So, because of that, Narad Muni prayed to all these three Krishna, Baladeva, and Subhadra that I want your form to be worshipped in Kali Yuga. Then Krishna was in anyways very merciful, very magnanimous, very kind mood, and okay, let it be so. So to fulfill that promise of Krishna, he appears as Baldev, Subhadra, and Jagannath. So that is a specific mood he is exhibiting. And Jagannath is the most merciful in this Kali Yuga for a reason, because Krishna comes to this world to exhibit, to expand his pastimes, so that everybody, by hearing about Krishna, can get attracted to Krishna and wants to go back to Krishna. The prime purpose of Krishna to come to this world is to expand his leelas so that people can hear about them. He does not come to kill all the demons. That anyways he can do simply by, if he can create simply by looking the whole creation, what big thing is for them, for him to kill all the demons simply by thinking about those demons will be smashed. The primary purpose of Krishna to appear on this world is to expand his leelas. And when he was hearing about his own leelas, he got so stunned. And then Jagannath is representing that mode of Krishna. Now, when Jagannath is representing that leela form of Krishna, so anybody who is getting attracted towards Jagannath, they're actually getting attracted to Krishna's leela. And if we're getting attracted to Krishna's leela, actually we are paving our paths to go back to Krishna. And that what Krishna's purpose was, to bring us back to him. So in that sense, Krishna's most merciful incarnation is Lord Jagannath, because he came to remain with us, to keep on getting attracted, so that we can keep on getting attracted to him, and we can keep going back to Krishna. So that was the reason Krishna appeared as Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra. Now somebody can ask, okay, what about this festival? This festival came of Ratha Yatra. What does this signify? So when Krishna was present in Kurukshetra, that time he came in big chariot, like a big army he came. Like so many horses, he was sitting like a king. That moment, Radharani speaks to him, Radharani meets him, all the gopis meets him, all the Brajvasis comes around the chariot and they start speaking to Krishna. They say, my dear Krishna, you have been crying every day to have your darshan, and you're so merciless, you have gone away from Vrindavan, you never came back. You promised us that you will come back, but you never came back. Now that we have found you, we do not want to lose you. We want you to come back to Vrindavan with us. I know you're same Krishna and we are same Radharani, same devotees, but this place is not same. The mood is not same. I want you to come in same two-handed form, loving form, not like opulent form, kingly form, loving form, most merciful form. And then I want you to come in that Vrindavan wherein we can enjoy again those pastimes, what we had done in our childhood and our youthhood. Then Krishna said, no, I will come. I have some purpose. I am there to kill all these demons so that they don't disturb all of you in Vrindavan. I had come out of Vrindavan simply to protect Vrindavan because so many demons were attacking Vrindavan. I didn't want all of you to get disturbed because of me. I came out of Vrindavan so that I can kill all of them and I can come back to Vrindavan. No, you have to come with us, Radharani insisted. And then they start dragging Krishna's chariot. And they were dragging Krishna's chariot towards Vrindavan from Kurukshetra. And they were in such a deeply intense, spontaneous, loving mood. They thought, no, we want to be with you and we were dragging you back to Vrindavan. So the mood of Krishna, of the devotees bringing Krishna back to Vrindavan from Kurukshetra in the kingly posture, same pastimes, because it happened in the same time. Jagannath appeared in the same time, same leelas were happening. Now they are pulling chariot. So now, when for Jagannath also, every year we celebrate Ratha Yatra, wherein Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra comes. They comes and sit on the chariot. And the mood of the devotee is we're assisting Srimati Radharani, we're assisting all the gopis, we're assisting all the different Vrajvasis to bring Krishna back from Dwarka to Vrindavan. So when devotees are pulling the rope in Rath Yatra, actually they are going to Gundecha temple in Jagannath, from the main temple to Gundecha temple, and there they are treated as like Krishna of Vrindavan, not like Dwarka of Vrindavan, Dwarka Dish of Dwarka. And when we devotees are pulling the rope, the significance is that we want to bring Krishna back in our heart. So now Krishna has disappeared from our heart. Krishna is still there in the heart, but he is not active the way he should be active for a pure devotee. So now we want to bring Krishna back in our heart while pulling the rope. And in sometimes not all the devotees would get a chance to pull the rope. I think from all the 20 lakh people who visited Rath Yatra, only 5-10% have got a chance to pull the Rath. So how can we also get the same benefit of pulling the Krishna's rope and bringing back Krishna in our heart? We can do actually every day, and we can pull the rope of our beats. I shared some message about it, but again I'm repeating it here, that these beats are, you could compare them to like a rope which is pulling Krishna back in our life. So every mantra you are chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Actually, you're bringing Krishna back to your life. At every bead you're moving, Krishna is coming one step closer to you, and you're coming one step closer to Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You have moved the beat towards you. Krishna has moved one more step closer towards you. So I would request all of you in the same mood, same spirit, when you chant, pray to Jagannath to give you strength to keep moving your beats. If you keep moving your beats, if you keep moving your tongue, if you keep hearing the Krishna's name in your heart, Krishna is coming to your life every point, every moment. So the moment you give up your beats and stop chanting, Krishna stopped coming towards you. So if you want, the distance between you and Krishna should keep on decreasing, and one day you should be able to meet Krishna eye to eye, face to face. Never give up your chanting and always chant your rounds. Is the most important thing we can understand from this pastimes, from this particular Leela, and from this particular form of Jagannath.